Hi, my name is Polina Gazeva and I'm an artist, and today I'm going to be showing you my sketchbook. It's very intimate and private moment, so you better treat it like that, okay? Okay. Alright, so this is the sketchbook I'm going to be showing you. I've only done about half of it because actually it's quite thick, it has a lot of pages, and I'm not going to be done with it anytime soon. But I wanted to document my process so far and show you what I've done. So yeah, I started it on the 16th of January of this year, and this was the first drawing that I did. In the sketchbook you will see a lot of colorful drawings, a lot of color pencil drawings, and the reason for that is because I actually got color pencils gifted for Christmas. So this was the first time in a while that I had a proper set of many different color pencils, and yeah, it kind of brought me to experiment with the color more, experiment with the pencils more, and that was quite a journey to go on. The beginning of this year I spent in Nazaré in Portugal, so if you couldn't tell, this is a cliff with some ocean and sand, and here are my feet also in the sand. Yeah, I started using color a lot. I have been using color generally a lot in my art, but mostly in my paintings. And when it came to sketching and drawings, I usually mostly used fine liner, and I did use watercolors before as well, but just not quite as much as I started doing now. This is a sketch that I did for the first painting of this year. I made a video about it too, so you can look at it if you want. This is also done in Nazaré. This one is made from a photo. It's also ocean and a cliff, and I never finished this one because I got bored of it. This drawing is really funny. I've already mentioned it in one of my other videos. I did it while our friend was staying with us in Nazaré, and as I was making this drawing, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this like female figure thing is also throwing up. I had no specific reasoning behind it, it was just like a thought. And then after I did this, like a couple of minutes later, my friend threw up. And I thought it was really funny. I mean, I felt really bad for the friend, but it was a very funny coincidence. Here's the text that I wrote, but I'm not gonna show it to you because I don't even want to show it to myself, honestly, so we're just gonna skip that. I tried a bit with the abstraction. I find abstraction quite hard to do. It's hard not to start making shapes, it's hard not to start making figures and try to, you know, like create a something. Because even here I kind of failed and I still did like a, maybe you can't really tell, but it's a cow. Here are some drawings of my dog. When we were in Portugal, she kept on going from one balcony to other balcony, just stand there for like hours. I mean, not hours, minutes, but yeah, and so I tried to capture her real quick. I never finished these ones. This is me, made from a photo, and this is a fish head, also made from a photo. And the gray parts here is actually a print of this drawing onto this one, which happens quite a lot. I try to spray paint my drawings, but sometimes I don't do it or I do it too late, so they kind of still get smudged a bit. This is also a drawing that I did for one of my paintings this year. I didn't used to pre-sketch my paintings, and I don't think I will always do it now, but it can be quite helpful sometimes, so I did it here as well. And yeah. This was done from real life while we were sitting at a cafe with my partner. This is them. It's not the best drawing, but it's okay. I quite like this one because it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but it's also like there's something going on, you know? There is definitely something about it. This was my first favorite drawing in the sketchbook. I think what I really like about having a sketchbook is that honestly it has my best art. I think sometimes it's very nice to make art that's unplanned, that's very subconscious, that's very just coming from within without getting too filtered by your brain. And I think that's why it's so nice to have a sketchbook, because it really lets you do that. But it's also something you can sort of practice, I guess, because with the first sketchbook that I've had in a while, which was about a year ago, you can still see that I was sort of unsure what to do there. It's in a way more careful, but it's also in a way uglier, I would say, because I think I just kind of forgot how to sketch, and sometimes it takes a while to get back to it. And I think in this sketchbook I'm getting more and more into it. And it's also really nice to have this combination of unfinished pieces and then works that are basically like a piece by itself, and something that's more finished, something that's maybe more detailed. And it's nice to just have it all in one place and just have it all in your sketchbook, because it's really done for nobody else but you, sort of. You know, like I'm not gonna rip out pages from here, I'm not gonna sell it, I'm not gonna give the sketchbook to anyone, it's gonna stay with me and it's gonna be just for me. I mean, yes, for example, I'm making a video right now about it, and I might take a photo of it or a scan of it and use it for something, but generally this is just for me. This is my little book of pulling a brain, and it's nice to be able to come back to it and go through everything again and remember the stuff that I've made. This is, by the way, a self-portrait that I made while looking in the mirror. And yeah, when I go through my previous sketchbooks, even the ones that are not from so far ago, I realized how much I forget. I don't remember like 50% of the drawings I made, or I remember once I'm looking at them, but they kind of escape my head. And it's really actually nice to get ideas and thoughts and images out of your head on a piece of paper and let them leave and breathe for a while, and then come back to them and see them as if with new eyes, and see them again and relive them again. And sometimes an idea, sometimes a certain image needs a time to be processed, needs some time to be, I don't know, it needs some time, and then you come back to it and you're like, oh shit, this is actually really, really good. I can take this further. Or, oh, I forgot that I used to be obsessed with this kind of image, and then you come back to it and you do it again, you do it from a new point of view. So it's as simple as getting ideas from yourself, from the past, to being able to see them differently and see your old stuff with new eyes and maybe understand something better in a way. These, by the way, I believe starting from here, these are some of the drawings that I did while I was recovering from my surgery. And I really went into the whole color and into the whole like a bit childlike way of drawing, I suppose, and that was just really nice and really fun. Oh, this is my fox, Obama. I draw him a lot. I don't actually draw him that much, but I draw him every once in a while. He is in each of my sketchbooks at least once. I really like these two because they're so, I don't know, just so different than some of the other stuff that I make, and they're just so expressive and fun. I don't know if you can see this one very well because it's so light. I feel like maybe like this you can even see it better. Woof, 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 woof. I can't do it with... Woof, woof, woof. Here I was explaining to someone what happens to your nipple during a breast surgery. Okay. This one was kind of inspired by Chagall's painting, or rather I have a book by Chagall at home, like with his illustrations and his paintings and drawings, and on the cover there is a bull man. So I also drew a bull man. I really like this one. It's just, I don't know, I think it's genius. Not everything that I have here is good, not everything that I have here is finished, and as obvious as it is, I think that's the point of a sketchbook, that it can be anything. It can be very simple, it can be very detailed, it can be finished, it can be not finished, it can be anything you want to make, and I think that's what makes a sketchbook so important, that it lets you do anything without any kind of expectation, without any restrictions. You just make stuff and you work on it as much as you want or as little as you want, and it's equally good and important to do. This is a bread with some remoulade, an egg, and caviar and pills. I was still doing this while recovering, so I had to take pills daily. So that's why pills, I guess. I feel like it's so light you can't even see it very well, so maybe like this. Like, is this good? No, not really. But it's okay. I kind of like this one. When I draw eyes, it's very hard not to feel like childish about drawing them, but not like a good childish thing. Because, like, I don't know, if you don't know what to draw, I feel like everyone goes for drawing eyes. But I think this one came out really well. It's kind of like, it's a bit uncomfortable drawing, I think. I did this one while talking to my friend on the phone. And then I did this one while watching something. I sometimes draw while watching things, and I wish I was more capable or willing to draw without any kind of noise happening around me, but I don't know, my brain likes more stimulation. My brain likes when there's something else going on. It kind of helps me to focus, though if I start without anything, without a show playing, without any music playing, then usually I'm able to get into the flow anyway, and I'm able to forget that actually there is no sound of music playing, but it's just hard to start usually. And we are slowly approaching the end of the Sketches. I really like this one. Yeah, I didn't think this was gonna be a whole thing. I just started with drawing the food, and then I did these sketches here, and then I was like, you know what? There could be an egg here. So I drew an egg, and I was like, what? Yeah, but what if there's also like a tiny snake dragon thing coming out of the egg? And then this whole thing happened, which I think is quite interesting. And those are the two last pages that I've done so far. A little, or a big fish, I guess. And lovers. Yep, that's it. So I'm about halfway through. I will probably take another 5 months to finish this. Sometimes I draw less, sometimes I draw more. I don't really make myself do it. I just try to enjoy the process. I do try to sketch more because I usually feel good if I do it, and after I do it, I just sometimes forget about it, or I get too caught up in other things. Yeah, let me know what your favorite pages were and just what you think, I guess. I would be very happy to hear from you, and I wish you a beautiful day.